This video is sponsored by Eufy. This is the Eufy S1 Pro, and today we're gonna put its claim of being the world's first and best floor washing robot to the test. Let's see how it handles real life messes and break down exactly what makes this robot stand out in a very crowded market. Spoiler alert, it's got some pretty wild tech packed inside. If you're interested in checking it out for yourself, I will have a link down in the description below. All right, first, let's take a quick step back and see where this all started. Robot vacuums have come a long way. If we go back to 1996, we had the first ever robot vacuum, but it wasn't until 2002 that these things started hitting homes in a big way. Fast forward to 2015, and we saw the first mop robots hit the market, and they were cool, but far from perfect. The problem was that most of them still spread dirt around when mopping because the mop itself would get dirty and they wouldn't get cleaned until they returned to their base, and that's if they were even self-cleaning in the first place. And that's where Eufy comes in. Over the past few years, Eufy has been fine-tuning this technology. They went from being one of the biggest names in affordable home tech to breaking into the premium space. And that's how we get the Eufy S1 Pro, the first robot vacuum that actually cleans its mop while it's mopping. Now, the idea behind this, no more dragging dirt across your floor and way fewer trips back to the base to rinse off the mop. It's a massive leap forward. And this alone puts Eufy at the top of the game for me, but there is more. The S1 Pro is also rocking this square-shaped design that gets into corners way better than those round vacuums. So it's not just about doing the job, it's about doing it smarter and cleaner along the way. All right, let's talk more about what I think is the star of the show, that rolling mop system. What sets the Eufy S1 Pro apart from every other robot out there is its ability to clean its mop while it's cleaning your floors. No other robot does this in real time, which means it's constantly using a clean mop instead of spreading messes around like others do. And the way it works is pretty genius. After every rotation, the rolling mop gets washed internally. The dirty water gets collected into a separate tank while fresh water from another tank keeps replenishing the mop. And that's the key. Instead of pushing dirty water around, it's using clean water every time the mop spins. And since the mop is being cleaned as it works, that's the reason it spends way less time going back to the base station to rinse itself off. Plus, the S1 Pro's dual water tanks, one for clean water and one for dirty water, make sure there's no cross-contamination. All right, next, let's see how the S1 Pro actually cleans. Here I've got an example set up. Some ketchup spilled and spread on the kitchen floor. Now, this is one of the messiest things for any robot mop to clean because usually it'll pick it up, but now the ketchup is on the actual mopping pads and then being spread around until it goes back to the base station to get cleaned up. But here you see on the very first pass, the Eufy S1 Pro completely lifts the ketchup without smearing it around. And I can even wipe the floor right after with this white paper towel, and you can see no ketchup at all. And since the mop stays clean while it's working, you aren't ending up with ketchup all over the place. And here we see we're cleaning up some dry items like spilled cereal on the floor. So things like this and dirt is just easily handled by the S1 Pro. This is a massive difference compared to the dual spin mops or flat mops used by other robots. With those, again, you usually end up seeing streaks or residue left behind. But with the S1 Pro, the mop stays fresh throughout, so you're always getting a clean finish. Other robots would need multiple trips back to the base station just to clean up the mop. So what this means is the S1 Pro cuts down on trips back to the base station, which means it finishes cleaning up to 20% faster than other robot vacuums. And because it uses water more efficiently, it can cover more ground with just a single 3-liter water tank. The best word I can use to describe the S1 Pro is confident. And that was the first thing I noticed. It just confidently moves, it confidently cleans without awkward movements that I see from many other robot vacuums. All right, another standout feature of the Eufy S1 Pro is its square-shaped design. Now, if you're like me, you might be thinking, why does this matter? Well, most robot vacuums are round, and that design doesn't do a great job at getting into corners and crevices and cleaning edges effectively. The square shape of the S1 Pro lets it get right up against walls and into those tricky spots that other vacuums miss. And in fact, I've noticed it does a way better job in those tight spaces, especially along the edges of my rooms. But the design isn't the only thing making this robot smart. It's also packed with AI-driven navigation, which allows it to map your home in real time. With its 3D Matrix Eye system, it doesn't just avoid obstacles, it also recognizes them. So whether it's toys, cables, or even furniture legs, the S1 Pro knows how to maneuver around them with precision and will even show you in the app what it encountered. Which means if it sees a shoe, it knows it's a shoe. If it sees a cable, it knows it's a cable. I tested this out by putting a few items on the floor, things that other robot vacuums might bump into or not notice, and it handled them like a pro. When cleaning was done, there were no tangled cables and no knocked over items. It's definitely on another level, again, compared to other robots that I've used. Oh, and also it works perfectly even in low light environments, which is a big plus. Now, we've got to talk about the S1 Pro's base station because it's not like any other I've seen before. First off, it's equipped with an ozone sterilization system. And what does that mean? Well, when the robot goes back to the base to refill water and clean its mop, the base station sterilizes everything using ozone. It's a chemical-free way to kill up to 99.99% of bacteria. So while you're cleaning your floors, you're also helping maintain better air quality in your home. The base station also features automatic mop drying with heated air at 131 degrees Fahrenheit or 55 degrees Celsius, which helps prevent any nasty odors or bacteria buildup. And of course, it has all the other smart features you'd expect, like automatically emptying the vacuum bin or emptying the dirty water tank and refilling the clean water. It's also got a touch panel with display at the top, so you can control this vacuum right from the base station and see what it's up to. Oh, and just look at it. It looks cool. It looks like if you took the words base station, it actually looks like a base station in your home from outer space. All this tech means less maintenance for you, and the robot stays ready for the next cleaning session with minimal effort on your part. So, after putting the Eufy S1 Pro through its paces, I can definitely say this is more than just another robot vacuum. And I know that's how it feels here on YouTube sometimes. With its real-time self-cleaning mop, powerful AI, and ozone sterilizing base station, it's the most confident robot vacuum I've ever used, and I have tried a lot of them. So, in my opinion, and not because this video is sponsored, this is the world's first and best floor washing robot vacuum. Eufy did it. If you're looking for a cleaning solution that gets your floors spotless without spreading dirt, the S1 Pro really stands out. The square design, advanced obstacle avoidance, and the ability to handle tough stains make it a complete package for both vacuuming and mopping. If you want to check it out for yourself, again, I have a link down in the description below. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andru Webbers, and I will catch you in the next video.